Thank you so much, guys. Again, Icebox to decide who wins out this best of 3. And this series has been a gift. Honestly, in many ways, this series has delivered. I think there were a lot of questions for both teams coming into this match. For LEV, we talked about it at the beginning. At the beginning of 2025, your intent was to compete for hardware. It's been anything but that. But it seems like there's a lot to work on, and the same goes for Loud here, Ender.
And pretty stellar to see our rookies show up in a big way, right?
Yeah.
You talk about the new guys on LEV doing great, Loud as well. I think very happy to see what we've gotten from Verdi and Robbie's calling in server. Of course, Luke Show as well was a late addition during stage 1, so it's not like he's a veteran on this stage either.
No, by no means.
Still very much being tested week to week.
Take a quick look at Agent Select. It does look like we're going to have the double wall comp on the side of LEV. Harbor Viper. Meanwhile, a hovering of Viper Omen for Loud.
We'll see. If the Omen gets locked, we can talk about it more, because I'm a big fan of the Omen pick on Icebox, and it does. I think it accomplishes so much. It's fun because it's Luke Show Omen, right? So he can play a little bit more actively, especially on the attacking side even.
Sure.
Though we get to see him on typical like Sentinel role ideas. But I think Omen in general just really bothers Killjoy players on this map, right? Killjoy is the only Sentinel that basically anyone is playing on Icebox in this day and age. And I think with a combination of Omen smokes being placed reactively based on where that Killjoy turret is going to be around mid, you can block off vision very easily. You can also use the teleport to sneak past some of those lines. On top of the fact that, well, when you get into either post plants on the attacking side or defense as well, trying to retake, I think just having one-ways readily available to you make it really nice to play against teams that want to be so heavily off-site in the post.
They are going to lock it in. You see Robbie BK locking in the Killjoy, and so now we know what comps we're going to have in this decider. You wonder here, yeah, what the plan will be for LEV as they deal with having to negate the Omen utility that you were just highlighting.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I think the big challenge consistently on Icebox, in a similar way to Ascent, is that you know very likely there's going to be Jet in the field, and very likely you're going to be seeing defensive ops coming on through.
Right.
And we saw back on Ascent that, well, Loud did a very good job of maybe not necessarily shutting down Sato's up entirely, but Sato wasn't super effective on that. Verdi on the other side was going to be a consistent issue. So LEV, being on the attacking side first, have got to keep that in mind when it comes to these early rounds when Verdi can be picking that up, because he got it in round 3 last game.
Yeah, it was super early, and he had a ton of value on the other side of it. You're absolutely right. As you mentioned, LEV is on attack. Just a couple moments away from starting off Icebox. We'll see here how LEV choose to approach this. It doesn't look like they're raid bossing anyone or anything like that. Viper wall already out towards B.
As a matter of fact, it's Sato away from the stack of his team.
Look at how aggressive Loud are playing this. It's already sending up 410.
Yeah, because it looks to me like LEV are trying to fake this aggression behind the wall. Because right now, Sato's taking some liberties into that B space, creeping forward. It's a really funky Killjoy turret. Hold on.
How Luke Show gets away with that is insane. And so now they realize they don't have any of that control. They're going to rotate back. All of the Killjoy utility seems to have been recalled.
Yeah, didn't quite catch if it got shot down or full recalled. Either way, this round is just getting mad for Leviathan because they're still sticking around in A, realizing that no one kept pushing through. Maybe they think it's been a full rotate, so they want to move back into that. But now with the threat of there being some mid-space, it's just kind of a freestyle round from Leviathan.
Yeah.
They don't know which lurk they want to go into because neither of them are finding a fight.
Loud are playing this so well. The turret gets procced, and so they know they have to rotate back in to consider that. And as soon as they do that, Loud rotate back away towards A.
Now, Leviathan are going to have to play up in the post plant. They're getting this B site for free, but you can't play off site versus the Omen smoke. The one way on main is really annoying. You can put them on yellow too. So the fact that down in numbers, they are full falling back here is not a great look for them. This won't be simple.
Nothing really to consider or control the flank either.
Okay, they're changing their minds. They're getting active now. They realize.
Yeah, that can't be the right approach. Sato front bird, he's going to be on the flank. Timing becomes everything here. LEV, once again, kind of throwing it into reverse here just a bit. As Verdi's looking for the right time, looking for the opening. The wall will keep him back in just a moment, and as it goes down, the bullets draw silhouettes. Finally, the kill is found.
No charges left.
Verdi, I don't know that he has enough time.
He doesn't.
It took too long.
Those late flanks. I mean, yeah, he gets some kills, but it was delayed. Couldn't finish off Tex back yellow. And it'll be LEV making that sort of like pivot, because initially you saw their tendency, they wanted to fall off site, and then they made that call in the moment, realized, no, we actually can't do this, down in numbers. Then chose to play around. They got 3 players looking behind their own Viper wall as they call to bring it down. And that just was not something Loud were ready for.
No. It was really good flow. The whole way. Very well done from LEV.
So now LEV come into this next round, and remember they showed so much presence towards A.
Right.
This time, Sato's with the team, so they're going to be ready to accelerate behind this if they see what they were looking for.
Shock, spit, and the wall. I thought Loud, I mean, it seems like they're posted up for a quick flood out from A if that's where the hit is.
And I like this. I think with that Viper wall, it can be very easy just like quickly pounce out, especially as, you know, a planter. There's no Gecko in this comp, so someone's going to have to be sticking that spike down. Just these deep A holds can oftentimes be the most effective ones.
There's a flood out. It's not really even on the other side of the plant.
There you go.
Oh, no.
But see how awkward it is for Sato? He didn't see a single player and his whole team's dead.
Including him. And he had the spike.
By the way, our Killjoy's on the other side of the map. King recovered a rifle, but this was an FPX buy. It was 3 rifles and pistols. So now we're giving over 2 guns to the 4 players on Loud. We're just botching another one of these pistol rounds. It reminds you of the opening of Bind.
Yeah. That's a sour memory for LEV.
30 seconds left.
And credit to the way Loud have played both the pistol and now this in terms of shrinking on the map. Once they have a numbers advantage, yes, it opens up work opportunities, and yes, you're going to get punished on that one. I think it is the right approach on a map as large as this.
13 seconds left. The spike is a little bit out of the way. What's King going to do? Get ahead on the first try to get the kill, but Verdi cleans it up. 3 on the round for the Duelist. Almost halfway to having his blades on mine, and Lever busted as far as eco goes.
And this is where there's clearly some kind of issue in the scaling into the site, because what happened was Sato is the first one to come through that Viper wall, but then he tucks into the corner. Right. He's not actually guarding any of back site. The rest of the team, I think, assumed that everything had been cleared in front of them. Right. But because they got caught on this little window where Sato sees nothing, goes behind Jen, and then there's 3 players coming out Rafter, they just were completely unprepared.
Right. And that cost them another really important round, and now we're back on this awkward mess where the money's kind of their way enough to be able to buy a couple of Guardians. One of them has no armor.
Yeah, it's the reverse FPX buy where you go 3 classics and then the 2 guns you saved from the round you shouldn't have lost.
Right.
It's not a strat that you ever want to be calling, but it's one they have to in this round.
Control taken towards B.
This will be the typical smoke pattern you'll see where the attackers are going to throw up the Viper wall for a moment, scale forward, then the Harbor wall comes out, and then on the retreat you can pump that Viper wall again if you need it, if you take that much time.
That was a fully blind kill from Pankata, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, honestly, get used to it. With these double smokes teams on attack, so often you're just going to see people back Snowman like this, spamming out players, both planting and more importantly running away from the plant because there's no cover for it.
King's playing ahead of this. He's kind of on an island here. He's kind of alone, and that seems to be just fine. Whoa! Luke Show getting wild with it. Insanely aggressive. Now Kama's left alone. That shock's got to hurt.
It missed!
It hurt, but it didn't hurt enough. Pankata's able to stick it the whole way.
There's almost a world where that was winnable.
Yeah, 3 HP left for Pankata there. Is this kind of map we're in for?
It could be.
Yeah.
It could. We'll see. This round is gonna tell me everything because it's finally rifles on rifles. You're gonna see some of this. Like again, it's smoke chaos. There are 4 smoke agents in the game, right? So these teleports, you have no idea where he can go. He could, like, a lot of times you'll see people go top yellow. You'll see people fake it out, go behind you.
Luke Show's leapfrogging his way into the retake.
But now Verdi has the up, and Verdi is actually under tube right now to cut off the rotates coming on in. But there's a Viper Orb there, so you can't really do much with it, so he repositions into Tube.
There's not a whole lot playing contain here for the attack either. There's no turret or you know, anything like this, like there was on the pistol.
Kind of an odd way to play your first op round from Verdi, but he really wants to get in front of the orb and cut the rotates, but I think he's just missed the window.
Yeah. You got to be careful here if you're Pancada. You're playing pretty far up too with not a lot of help.
Here's them coming.
That spit actually bought a ton of time.
And the tag not hitting him from the drone is big because it means he could be back on site. He could be playing up. He's back yellow. He could be anywhere. He sees people. That's one.
Tech's now down. Tries to do more, but can't. See all that harbor utility go up. Dissect the site.
Good shot out of Robbie top site.
You still have Verdi holding the late lurk mid, but meanwhile Lev are trying to get the spike down outside. Calm is now down. Oki tanking so much of the spit damage, and Robbie on the swing. Loud gets a 3.
Great work out of Robbie. He was almost pulling himself off of the site.
Yeah.
But because Pancada was playing so aggressively into A main and heard that information of the drone, the push wall so early on, he was able to call back over onto this side of the map. Then he's timing a double swing, a high-low swing with Luke Show down on bot site. That was nice, and we're starting to see Robbie get out of his seat a little bit.
That is a devilish grin out of him, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like villainous.
And if you watched EMEA during kickoff, you'd know Robbie would get out of his seat. Didn't even matter if the round was won or lost. He was just up there having a good time.
5 sheriffs for Lev. Calm will get a little closer to his ult. So now Thrifties have been prevalent in this series, to say the least. But you start to look at some of what might be on the other side. Oki has his ult. Tex and Calm both have their ults as well. Or one off, excuse me. And so, there's a lot behind this for Lev. Maybe not in this round, but in the next.
This becomes all about reading what's the hold gonna look like. Again, Loud getting active into mid here. And while it takes a little bit of time and ends up being traded out, it is still information of Lev being caught on the rotate.
And there's no real way for Lev to upgrade the weapon.
Right.
That Lucio has put down.
The Omen probably the best agent to lose here.
Right.
In the mid round too.
But again, I think that's Tex having his ult for the next round.
Uh-oh, that smoke does not clear Pancada.
Down B. 30 seconds left.
And he's just gonna get out of there with a couple more. Wow. That's just brutal.
All right. I did.
I know that looks bad for Lev. They just got destroyed, what have you. Louder up 3, but this feels like, I know it's pretty early in the first half too, but this feels like a swing round. This
Absolutely.
is where, if Lev are not able to capitalize on the fact that they're sitting on 4 out of 5 ults and Santos one off of his, this half is cooked.
Yeah, it's a swing round in every sense of the word, right? Because it's the ultimates like you're talking about, but it's also the money. Only 2 people could actually buy next round if they were to full lose this. But what does that do to the pace Lev want to approach this round with?
And then look at the pace that Loud are approaching us. So look at how far up they are on Tube.
Again, they're just walking down mid, challenging Lev.
Tex doesn't have anything here. There's nothing to cover this. There wasn't a turret to give him an idea that there was aggression.
Like what kind of madman would call that? Just full contact into mid with 3 players?
Really deep walls up towards B. Now the question is, how far up do Lev scale? How much do they invest?
They're going all the way.
They need this round. The Reckoning dropped. Kawanzine able to settle. 3v2 for Loud, and the spike is down.
Luke Show is underneath all of this somehow. Right on the other side of this wall.
Verdi's kind of forced out of the play a little bit. No real idea of where everyone else is, and Sato falls as well.
That's just a tragedy.
That's brutal for Lev.
I mean, you just take the head off of Tex, walking straight down into mid, but even after that pick, it seemed like Lev had a really good position on the site. You know, they throw the vertical harbor wall that allows Sato to sprint all the way back into Snowman. That's a great place to play the post from, especially with Oki getting up top site. But then it all goes wrong. But then you get into this drawn-out B-site post plant where all of the problems that Icebox has ever had come back, where it's so hard to actually bunker yourself in to be on attack.
The one saving grace, if you will, for LEV is that they did not empty the bank. They still have 4 out of the 5 ults to speak of.
Yeah.
And so I mean, this round isn't really where it's going to come into fruition, you would imagine, but in the next, they still have these. If they had blown all of that and still lost the round, I mean...
And look, that is valid cope as a spectator. If I'm in the coach slot right now, I'm pissed, man.
Sure.
We just lost a swing round where we didn't use any of the ults that we walked into with. That's why we're hitting the timeout button. We just lost 5 in a row and we couldn't get a single one of those down.
I think one of the issues, though, is that now Loud also have that same strength as far as ults go. It was not an advantage that they had previously.
Exactly.
And so now the rock beats paper beats scissors. It becomes a bit of a mess for LEV because now Loud have all of the counters to the advantage LEV would normally have.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, too, because based on the money, Leviathan are still playing rock, paper, scissors. Loud are playing Valorant. You know, they've got tools to fight with here. And interesting. Okay, Leviathan, they're forcing up behind the knives. Yeah. They're ready to go.
The only thing they used was the Reckoning.
Here.
And look at this different look from Loud. Remember in the previous round, it was so aggressive down mid. Now they have 2B long. The turret's up in kitchen. And Verdi has the op.
The last time we saw LEV try to speed up into the A site, it went terribly wrong on the anti-eco. They've got to clean it up, and this time they're facing down and up on a high angle.
King got tagged, 23 HP.
Sure, that's a blessing, though, because
Yes, it is.
23 is better than 0. Luke Show on the other side, though, playing this nasty off angle, actually backed away. And did he just see Calm?
I'm not sure. The orb ran out
Oh,
of
he
gas. Oh, Luke Show picking him apart.
And then So Mobile, double teleport away, use the enemy wall to give yourself an exit.
Dude, he's playing this Omen so well.
It's nice. Probably the prodigy to watch here in VCT on a stage full of them in this match. Oh, that did not work as intended.
Funny physics. Again, it's Luke Show. Sato never had a chance. The guy single-handedly ripping apart LEV. Hunter's Fury was used from
30
Loud.
seconds left.
They're saving, Doug.
They have to. I mean, they brought up around the knives in this round. What else can they do?
But how crazy is that? That you have players like, they had taken site. They are back site Snowman, and somehow we are saving the round. We're saving guns without planting the spike. And hey, we're walking
10
down mid
seconds
still. Loud aren't done with it. They're not letting LEV get away with this.
Nor should they. Hit him where it hurts. Or at least attempt to.
Oh, you dealt with the B main player? Well, there's 2 more coming in right behind you.
3 seconds. You got to speed up if you want to make this work.
Okay.
It's actually a couple kills donated. King eventually falls, so they carry 1 gun into the next round.
Yeah, even a 3-for-1 is worth for Loud there.
This has gotten out of hand so quickly for LEV.
And again, Doug, they used 1 ult?
Yeah, they used Common Zen's ult.
Did they? Maybe I'm trolling. Maybe they used no.
Oh, LEV?
Yeah, no. They used
blades.
They used the blades.
Right.
That was it, and they used that pre-round. That's like the fake ult.
And again, aggression from Loud. This has been a beautiful defensive half from them. Trying to dance around all of his utility. Tex is able to get an opener. Sato now dashing forward. And again, the second layer comes through from the harbor to try to provide some cover.
There's a flank 2 from Pankata.
Does have the pit. Probably not able to connect. But you imagine Pankata's going to want to speed up a little bit here. Calm got the ult off, but Pankata's the one who gets a kill.
Spike planted.
Now the spike fully committed out onto the side. Luke, where are you headed? The Cove preserves a life.
He's dancing.
But it's only temporary. A 2v2 now. Pankata able to transfer out onto 1, leaving a 1v1. Luke Show against Sato. Sato's really been quiet. Can he settle against Luke Show, who's been so good for Loud here? He's gotten it to half. He's sticking it the whole way. And there's no challenge. There it is. Sato just in the nick of time. LEV gets to 2.
They pulled everything out for that one. Leviathan get away with it. And coming down to Sato as well at the end.
Brother, they almost didn't.
It almost slipped, you're right. It doesn't feel comfortable.
No.
I think that's what every round is coming down to. It's all of these scattered fights around the map.
How close was that?
Oh, 0.36. But Doug, we're getting back into action quickly again. Leviathan don't even look like they want to waste time with flanks, and Louder sprinting at him.
This looks very similar to the pistol. Verdi finding value to open the round.
Luxio's still up here, Doug. Luxio's looking down on him. Gets the one and again slips away.
They had no idea. So distracted by the eye candy that's Verdi.
It's a beauty to watch. These opening gambits from Loud. So strong all day. Got that calm presence in mid as well.
Spike drop.
If you're Lev here, your money's about to be bad again. It's a 2v5. Let's see what they can pull off.
I was gonna say Sato was a hero in the last round and found the opener to make it possible.
Still a 2v4. The spike planted. Robbie has ult though.
Cover going out. Blinding.
So Dart, the flash out from Lucio off the swing. Sato's now dead. King in a 1v4. He's running
out of there.
Yeah, all the way away.
Luxio just threw a paranoia onto Yellow that pushed Sato out into the open where the operator was trained on. Exactly ready for him to take that.
If you're Lev, I'm trying to think through how you stop some of this, how you stop some of this bleeding, how you try to control things a little bit here. And I don't see an opening.
Well, the problem is it's been a different issue every time. We've had the
Yeah.
early failures, right? Because they won pistol round, and then the next round it's poor scaling that fails getting them into the A site. Then after that, it's getting abused with these mid walk downs, and now we're getting like fought at the immediate start of the round in A main.
He's up again!
Like, what? Like, there is zero answer to any early aggro piece from Loud.
You mentioned it a couple of rounds ago, and you said it beautifully. It's uncomfortable for Lev. Loud have not allowed them to dictate the pace, but King might be able to swing back at this to get Lev a third, potentially. The pit is now through.
Two players turning around for a potential flank.
And Picard not really interested. Lucio gets the best of Oki. Now what? It's clean. We're not clean enough. A 2v2 here. They still have to play around this pit. King gets 4. Tex gets the last. Left fight on.
Another round that just seems so difficult for Lev after the opener went down. But I guess if King can't call around it, he can fight around it himself, right? Sure. 4-piece for him. In what has been a consistent issue for them, I think, has been holding it together in their post plants. When Louder pressuring flanks and whatnot that time, even without support.
And again, it's aggression A. Again, it's a dart setup. Again, it's Lucio, and again, it's an opener.
It's 2 rounds ago on repeat, except Luxio's fighting before that, and again, this is 2 rounds ago, Doug!
Pancada getting a kill from the same spot. Loud with early aggression A into 410 again.
Robbie was like, turn back to that last page in the playbook. We're going to run that again.
It's a bad nightmare that Lev are having to relive over and over again.
Poison orb emitting.
I mean, yeah, King, you got a 4K in the last round, but that was also from a reasonable position.
Poison's off.
This one is anything but. Money's fine, though, so Leviathan are going to give it a decent shot, but what Loud have done consistently all day long is pressuring. Once Lev give over information of where they are, well, now we've got Loud walking down in this mid space. There's no flank coming in. They've given up B site almost entirely. And apart from this forward line that Luxio is going to have over by Generator on the A site, well, the rest of the team is just going to react to either a plant on B or contact from this Omen.
This is actually wild discipline from a team that we've seen run at the attack at the beginning of every round.
Yeah. I wonder if it could have something to do with the... I mean, they're saving at this point. The money is fine enough. I would have thought they would go for it, but maybe they don't want to give the risk of like Cow and Zine getting ult online, because Okeanos and King, they're nowhere near getting their ults. But if Cow and Zine gets a kill, gets a spike defuse, a little bit extra, that could instantly get turned around. Then you're looking at 4 ults on the other side.
Last round in the half.
It's been a grim half for LEV so far.
And the grim half is also a large part to do with the ultimates, I think. For so long, Leviathan were sitting on their ults for a long, long time.
And it wasn't because they didn't want to use them. It was because they never really were afforded the opportunity.
Yeah.
And so now if you're LEV, you go into this next round thinking, where are they going to run at us now? Is it going to be mid? Is it going to be A? Is it going to be B?
It might be B, but it might also be kind of chill. Verdi has the operator posted B.
Which, honestly, I love that. Given how aggressive Loud have played.
And Cow and Zine's allowed to get the orb for free with, like, almost nothing committed because of the threat.
Oh!
Oops.
Great trade. Needed. But Pankata's waiting on the other side, and he's been a demon.
Well, now he's a little rat inside that smoke.
Gun here.
Still tucking in the orb, waiting. A snake looking for his prey. Pankata gets his one. Robbie's there to trade, but Oki looking to open up the site. And may succeed. Luxio's waiting all the way down, spamming through the wall, getting a tag. 6 bullets left, and now they know where they are. Really good flash as Robbie's looking for the swing, but it's actually Calm who's able to punish at the right time. Luxio, 1v2. Slowly stepping forward. Oki gets 3 as Lev gets a 4. A labored 4.
A labored 4, but it's a major round to finish there, I think, from Okeanos. To get those kills.
Yeah.
Get some momentum back, because, I mean, if you look at it, a lot of those rounds that Loud took were back at the start of the half. Then it was kind of back and forth, back and forth. Lev are going to come into the second half a little bit refueled, not fully confident, mind you. But they felt like they found the answers to at least be on the same playing field.
Yeah, I mean, given how this half started, the fact that we're sitting at 8-4 is a blend. It's a miracle.
We'll take those. We'll take those for Lev.
1,000%. Lev managed to get to this point. We'll see if they can close it out in the second half. We'll be right back.
I feel like a funny story that happened was as soon as I came to LA and as soon as I met the guys, the first thing I said was, "Wow, Calm, you really look like my older brother, my actual older brother," and the rest of the team said, "Wow, you're shorter than I expected."
That's incredibly toxic.
That's crazy.
His name is Sato Pequeño. Sato but small is what that means. So I digress. Lev might have a small duelist, but have a big problem they have to solve here. As they're down 4 rounds. You like that?
That was smooth. That was smooth.
Thank you. As they've got to figure this out, and they've got this double wall comp on defense. But you're right. With the way Luxio played this out, Ender, he could just run around the walls.
Oh, yeah.
He's just going to TP his way through it all.
Yeah, you still get to have fun on the attacking side of things with that Omen pick still.
More so, I would argue.
Yeah, already quick teleport up for the early peak on top of Raptor. Or Belt, rather.
Dash already out. Verdi pushing the pace. no real desire to slow down, swings into 2. Perhaps a bit ill-advised. But honestly, it's worked so well, why change it now? They have to take a step back, though.
Yeah, it's really awkward, especially with that harbor wall coming in as a second layer of defense from Leviathan. They're just completely pushed back. They don't even have the space in front of 410. And now Loud, without a dash to get themselves into sight, they're going to call Pancata back into the rest of the team and try to brute force in.
The 3.
Ooh.
Or Okeanos is one of them.
One enemy remaining.
This defensive hold has been exceptional. Although Pancata gets his 2.
Not without taking a good lick before.
Yeah, it's never secure. It's never as safe as it should be, but Tex cleans him up. Lev win a pivotal pistol.
We're making jokes on bind around this time after the disaster that was losing round 2 after the opening pistol of this series, but it is again danger stations for Leviathan. Already trailing coming out of the first half, but cleanly converting here, and all of a sudden you're looking in a similar situation.
Oh my god!
They don't really have the benefit of setting a trap here like they did on the defensive side. They're the ones who have to push forward. And there's an outlaw waiting on the other side.
Yeah, Leviathan bought big into this one, 5 guns.
Here.
Not taking any chances.
A quiet start for Loud.
Yeah, Sato's given a lot of respect over with that wall coming up, backing down, but as soon as he sees his prey, he's going to snap.
That's Constantine out for the round. The rest of Loud still huddled up towards B. Robbie, the one exception to that. This doesn't have nearly the same threat as the first half did. I say that, though. And funny things may happen.
Yeah, it's this moment before the storm, right, you know?
Right.
When do you peek through the wall? As it comes down, I like it.
That dash is going to expire. Sato has to take a step back.
Looks like Loud are leaving this B side, as a matter of fact. Luxio's going to stick around and fake this
30
through. Maybe
seconds
some
left.
footsteps as he comes in, breaking this molly. But the spike is headed A. Or
Passing right through it. Was it a no-scope?
I don't know.
Might have been. Sato was real fast on that. Now they realize with 13 seconds left, you see some of this utility A, and that's likely where the hit is headed.
One enemy.
Pancata's going to get his 1, but Tex gets 3 halfway to his ult.
That ult
Is Lev avoid the mess?
Loud looks like they didn't overinvest into that second round, so the threat of this outlaw immediately reduced. It's going to be full heavy armors coming into the next. So Loud don't want to take any chances giving that away. Any sort of early round like chip damage you could find here, especially if you're calm, looking for shock darts, things of this nature. Molly's... oh, he's just headshotting, huh?
Right. Armor, what armor?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No.
I mean, you'll take that 1-for-1 trade. Again, no jet makes executing a little tougher, although this is the benefit of having the Omen,
Omen,
there.
yeah.
With so many of the Viper walls and smokes and whatnot, you can give yourself little pockets to teleport into, especially top yellow, if you're moving up to 410, things like this. It's actually crazy how quickly you can accelerate into a site with a single or sometimes even double teleports into A. You can get real freaky with it, going back rafters when it's unexpected.
And Lucia showed proficiency in that in the first half, but with Robbie falling, this attack round for Loud gets notably more difficult.
Yeah, Luxio now becomes a mid-lurk instead of being part of the exec. With Tex falling, though, it is a green light. No utility to watch for this guy.
Pancata has been so good. Now they realize where the harbor is, and that's a window found.
Yeah, they've got 40 seconds. Luxio has the opportunity. There's a knife in his hand!
Terrible timing up from Luxio, and King's there to punish.
And now the whole team is ready to slide back over and preempt the B-site plant.
30 seconds left.
But they're not ahead of it. They're not really rotating back B like I thought they would be. In fact, they're more concerned about this mid-fight.
Dude, there's another knife out! Sean Gare's in shambles!
It's Kanzin tapping the spike. 13 seconds left. They've got to commit to this. He's baiting out the swing. He's daring him to fight him. And Oki's there for it. There was a chance here for Loud, but it does not come to fruition.
LEV convert the bonus. Oh, no, 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 no. It's starting to come together now. Because you can start to fly away with that as well. I mean, there's option. You could get an operator online if you wanted to. This round, I don't think they will because of the bad buy from Loud. They might just go back into another outlaw. But it was, I really, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Because you can start to fly away with that as well. I mean, there's option.
It's okay, guys. All good. All good. They still an outlaw in the hands of Sato.
Yeah. I mean, this round it's an op, though, is the thing.
Yeah, it really is.
And last round, he still got a kill with it.
Ton of value. Nice shot out from Tex. Verdi's so far up. Do they expect him there? This is such a dangerous cross, so really nice discipline out from Verdi to get two. But the guns could be the difference maker for LEV. And that seems like that will be the case. Pancada in a 1v3. Spike not in hand. Yeah, this is a tough one.
They've given him the sight, though. A lot of time to play with.
He's got to clear everything, though.
Look back and spawn. Sato's holding him all the way back where he spawned in with an outlaw.
There's just no way for Pancada to get any info. And so he has to clear everything with his body. He's counting his lucky stars there.
I have the spike.
Does he have enough time?
He's got the time, but I think he needed a kill before this plant.
Drone cleared. Still a 1v3. That's a 1v2, and he gets away. This would be heartbreak. Pancada choosing to pop the pit. And all of a sudden, this threat gets so much more real, so much more dangerous. Can Pancada do it again? A 1v3, a tap from Calm. And it's bait. It's just a game. The little ones come through, and Pancada comes out on top. The Red Bull clutch for Loud.
Everything is possible for Pancada. I mean, that looked unwinnable. What a spot to find himself in. And now we're just adding the ice to it as well. Pancada wins this clutch. Now we're calling a timeout. And it comes after limit testing on all these angles. Catching the player going on the rope, just peeking out above his pit. And now Leviathan are just going to be sitting on the other side of the stage after that clutch, squirming with Loud calling this timeout.
I mean, the timeout was probably called before the 1v3.
Yeah, quite possibly.
And so now, yeah, they'd have a little bit more time to think about it than they would have liked. That one hurts, but I mean, not all is lost. The money should still be okay for LEV.
I mean, the difference is, right, like this game is still close,
Yeah.
but if LEV win that one,
The game is
sure, it's 8-8, but like
Right.
the snowball is going, right? They have infinite money. You know,
Right.
now it's like, okay, well, this round, if LEV were to lose this, they all of a sudden don't have enough for a full buy going into the next. So it makes this round a lot more critical than it would have had LEV continued steamrolling through. And that really starts to become a concern when you're, investing so much and you're trying to start buying up this this operator. The first time we're seeing that in Sato's hands.
And he's posted up, down, B long. With King close by. Clears a dart for him. Just barely missing that shot. Oh, Sato sticking around.
Oh, he's gonna want that one back. That is brutal. The thing is, King is still playing up here. He's slipped up into yellow, trying to take matters into his own hands, get back in the round.
And the experience of the leader swing things back.
I mean, he could call in support. Calm might be far away, but there is a Hunter's Fury if these players box themselves up.
Wall will help a little bit.
But without any information, right? The forward info was the Jet.
Yeah.
Leviathan are gambling wrong. They're stacking into A and leaving King isolated.
Poison orb emitting.
Oh, dear.
Poison's off.
Stays alive, though.
I don't want anyone to ever complain about run and gun again.
As Spit will try to help, but the spike goes down. And now the Reckoning, they're going to try to flood him behind this. They're going to try to push the pace.
Here we go.
And Kata's now down. Calm pops the ult. Looking for another one, but Robbie gets 3. Love 2v2 as things settle down for just a moment. Trying to play on the other side of this. What can King and Calm do? They've been on this roster for such a long time. They've been through the good, they've been through the bad. And so far, this looks pretty good. It's gonna have to be heroics from Robbie. 6 bullets left. King has gotten it halfway, 3/4. Might carry it the whole way down, has to pull off. And just at the right time, Lev gets to 8.
Every round a nail biter coming down to the wire. This one swings Lev's way. No matter what the heroics of Robbie BK were trying to pull off. I want to see this one again because it got freaky. Robbie was fully stunned up by the Harbor ult.
Last player
It
standing.
almost didn't matter.
Here would be.
King had actually pulled off the spike. There's a world where he could just stick that through and be fine. If Robbie wins that one again, it's just insult to injury.
And remember how that round started?
Yes.
Sato overstaying.
And remember,
The inexperience comes out and King's able to settle.
remember how important that round was to Lev. Had that clutch swung against them.
Yeah.
They are broken. Loud are running away with this one. As it stands, Loud are the ones. It's only a couple of guns, couple of ults, but no real position on the map. They actually give up what little control they had over yellow.
Yeah.
But the issue is going to be this forward spot from the Jet on A. Sato's crept up here with the operator.
Remember the mistake in the previous round. He is alone here.
Thing is, he gets cooked if Lucio keeps creeping
That's what I'm
on
saying.
belt.
He's got to be careful.
Spike
This time,
down
dashes
A.
away wisely. And hits the mark the first time around. Now once again, looking for a swing a second time. Will connect. Pancata down.
And now the reinforcements have arrived.
Right.
Sato is still playing aggressive, but now he's got the whole squad backing him up.
Tries to tuck, find cover in the smoke, and does. Birdie with the blades. Meanwhile, Sato gets 4. Tom gets the last. We're tied.
It's getting a bit freaky up there, but it is all even. Leviathan only dropping the single round so far in this half. And honestly, there's been a lot of Loud getting caught off with these jiggle peaks. And it comes because Loud are taking so many aggressive lines. That was gnarly.
I don't know where I'm looking. I have no idea what just happened, bro.
He made it look good, though. You got to give him that. So Loud call a timeout now, and now we're tied at 9 apiece. What a ridiculous half. We thought this was done.
It felt like it.
We talked about how 8-4 was a gift. 8-4 was a blessing. And Lev with a ferocious comeback in the second half.
I do think a key difference maker that Loud just have to be aware of is how often I think they're getting caught out in these mid rounds when they're trying to move into these side execs, right? And it's not actually as a part of the side exec that's happening. It's Sato finding that pick up forward on A. It's happened over in B main a couple of times too. What I think might actually come as a consequence of that is more, immediate looks into the site. Stop playing the whole map necessarily. Maybe orchestrate a couple of execs around the ultimates they have at their disposal. It's going to be completely different round this time, though, Doug.
Yeah.
It is into mid, and we are looking to jump up on top of Tube. Potentially with Cow and Zine having some dart into ultimate options as well.
Yeah, I was wondering what he was doing back there. There's a deep smoke. He's going to TP into their spawn.
Oh, yeah, we're going all the way back.
Okay, so they have essentially split the map in half.
But, Doug, Leviathan have fully pushed forward into A. We are flipping sides of the map now.
And they don't really know.
And Loud Spike hasn't left spawn. it's all the way back. It could get pinched back there with an operator looking at it.
They're wrapping, but they're wrapping the wrong side. Everyone is still there.
What is happening?
Verdi's gonna get tagged through, not able to find any space. As the wall goes down, you see a couple of members there. Sato trying to find some high ground, trying to stay alive. Kings there on the trade.
Okay, now everyone's on the right side of the map. It makes sense again. It's a 2-on-3, A-site, exec, go.
Does Robbie ult? Do they just contact through? Holy smokes, that's a play, and it's the right call.
We're just gonna walk. They're gambling that LEV are gambling.
And they're right.
Ankles broken. Now the post plant.
30 seconds
Ultimates to play with. The first wave is going to be the lockdown just to stall out the first 10 seconds of this post plant. But after that, Loud are going to have to fight. Wait a second.
Robbie has to be careful. The
It's time to
lockdown,
use it.
The lockdown that you mentioned, he's holding on to it.
We gotta
Second
go.
guessing. Third guessing. Now this kills everything. Kalanzine falls. And now Robbie has to fight like hell for the site, for the lockdown, for everything. Trying to push forward. 45 HP. Clears out one. Into the swing. And Lever there.
In the craziest round we've seen all stage. It's been one day.
But still true.
Leviathan see it through. That was madness. I mean, they cooked up what we thought was going to be a quick play into mid. Ended up being a couple of players walking through that smoke and the Omen teleport to spawn. But really, it was the calm decision-making in the 2-on-3. Can we try that one more time? I didn't quite catch that.
My concern, concern maybe isn't the right word, but it was a cool idea for Loud. It was a really cool idea.
Sure.
If they decide to wrap B instead, the round is theirs. But instead, they wrap into 4 Lever there. Now they have the lead.
Whole lot of nothing in the pockets allowed now.
No, but resurrected hope in the pockets of Lev.
Lev choosing to play a pretty low info round on the anti-eco. The only line being held is Sato on yellow, the rest of the team bunkered back. Reminds you of their approach back on Ascent as well.
Think about how aggressive of a map this was at the beginning. The rounds seemed like they were decided in the first 15, 20 seconds. Now look at this.
It was the side swap, right? Loud are a team that seem with Robbie BK are all about opening gambits, taking early fights. Luke Show getting active with it.
Comms drone did not see the people up 2.
And didn't tag them either with the shock dart. That could have been big damage.
And so he has no idea. He does have a little bit of help though. And his position, and well, those are steady ins. How much more can they find?
30 seconds left.
Excuse me, not to upgrade a weapon. Pancata falls as well.
There's still a pit on this side of the map too, Doug.
Yeah. Not really sure how that kill came through. The pit's now down, but that actually works out quite well for Lev, as now they have the sight lines they can fight through. Kalanzine has nowhere to go.
Leviathan are now firmly in control, it feels. And when you look at this match on paper, it's week 1 of stage 2.
All right.
It's Levers. It doesn't feel like there's many stakes riding on it. And
Right.
individually, you can lose this game and bounce back in the year.
Sure.
But because of how poorly stage 1 went for these teams, the lack of championship points, because they're both making such major changes coming into this map in particular, you need to hit the ground running, right? You need to prove that these changes made sense. Because, having a decent performance this stage, making the playoffs, that's not enough to guarantee you going to champs. No, you have to go the distance here as these squads. Now it's Lev looking like they're going to be the ones to jump out to the early lead.
It's an early op angle too. Now they know the Luke Show, again, aggressive. TP's up top and is there to welcome.
But it's all the trades that come after
Last player
that make it
standing.
an advantage for Loud.
Bomb grenade out.
Now Tex is off sides. Finally thought he could be a part of the party. Loud have beaten him to be.
That felt to me like Lev was trying to deal a knockout blow. Fully shoved, gets Sato in an aggressive angle with the op, and then forces them on a miserable spot in series point, but that did not go their way.
And you know the reason they're calling around like that? Literally last round, what are you saying? You're saying, oh, Lev, it's a complete different pace. You know, they're playing so slow this round, all of these rounds in a row.
Oh, you're right.
They had done so much conditioning of just very, tempered, measured play. They've got to try something, but you're not ready for the timings. No other agent is doing that, by the way, is catching that. Jet's not dashing onto onto pipes. Like, that just isn't a real thing. So a play where, Sato is always comfortable to get his op posted over there. This time, he meets that for the first time ever.
Cover going out.
Cascade out, a deep smoke. Hey, to suggest that that's where the hit is going. Ooh, you're up real far, big guy. You're up real far. How fast is he? Not fast enough. And there is no escape.
King's been here before, all isolated. This time seen. Last time he pushed into yellow, so he wants to mix it up, but it's a lot harder to actually hold on to this site without that player.
That one way is a saving grace, but it's temporary.
Here comes the hit.
Second set of controller utility comes through. Do Loud double down here.
Well, Lev could pounce out quickly. The spike not going down already is a big problem because Okeanos has the ultimate. He's already in position to use it. If Loud start working down the clock, waiting for the next cycle of Harbor, of Viper utility, they're going to run into serious issues with Lev stacking here.
Yeah, and it's not even just Okeanos. Calm is here too. Calm's ult could provide problems.
Oh, yeah.
And that might be the case.
30 seconds left.
They caught Lev slightly moving away, though.
Yeah, they don't invest anything, and instead, King dies. Text from backside. Now the Reckoning is in play! Okeanos gets two!
But look at Luke Show. Luke Show TP'd up into kitchen. No one's ready for him. His position is the round winner.
Text left in a 1v2. Unreal out from Loud.
Luke Show's Omen has been a sight to watch this game. On defense, tore apart those early rounds. And now in the last couple, whether that's the early TP play in the previous round or this right here, it's a 2v4. But he injects the maximum amount of chaos into the round with his teleports. And Lev just couldn't handle it.
Last timeout called for the side of Loud. Lev have one more. Or excuse me, no, that was the last one. It is it. Yeah, just hands off the wheel for both of these teams. And now we see, we talked about this a little bit, particularly for Sato, as we've seen a couple of questionable decisions, but this is where experience matters. This is where you've been in these positions, you've been in these fights on this stage. This is where it really comes through.
And I think you're seeing that experience on other players on the team, right? I think we saw consistently back on the last map, it was Tex for Leviathan that was stepping up in rounds that were starting to slip away from them. I think we've seen that out of King
a number of times
today, or on this final map, as well of Icebox. Now is that high pressure moment. Yeah, it's fun in games when you're on top of the world getting aces, dominating back on Bind. Now you have to lock in and see this through.
See what the buy is for Lev. It's light.
It's not pretty.
No.
But there was a rifle donated over to Sato. Putting a lot of faith in him. Leviathan looking for an early A fight. But Loud have avoided that early in this round. Again, it's an early teleport from Luke Show with a shorty in hand to scale past his own smoke. And they're just overwhelming. They're swarming.
Remember, fear for Lev, they didn't have much of a buy. Robbie almost gets caught. He's up so far. And now they realize it. They realize exactly where he is. Oki's able to get one with the Classic, sure. But Classics are all that remain. Calm upgrading a weapon. A 2v4 into this pit. This is tough. And they have to just slowly walk their way in. Not even really comfortable enough to tap. Now doing so. Utility immediately drawn out. Verdi's going to fall. Still a 2v4. Still a lot to solve. Zokiano drops down into the pit. That's the pit. Com's left alone. And again, you flirt with disaster. But Loud manages to contain. They find themselves on series point.
Things are worse than that, though, Doug. Because LEV are gambling everything into this final round.
I mean, they have no other choice.
Enemy remaining.
They've got to do this way.
Sato has gone for a glass operator to challenge, to try and win one of these early fights.
Meanwhile, Loud have 4 ults. And they're going back mid.
Oh, they want to blow it up. They see a weakness, and they're looking to exploit it. Luxo already on top of Tube.
How much can he find? Tex playing on the other side. That's Tex down.
And he's already up into kitchen. I mean, the middle of the map is blown up. How do you rotate as Loud? King has to hold his ground.
And he does so far, so well. A 4v4 here. As Robbie's gonna fall, Keanu's getting another one. A little bit of utility to dump down, and the spike is in such an awkward spot.
Beautifully navigated, but now Luxo is wrapping around onto the side, and King takes him down. Another from Pancata.
It's a death by 1,000 cuts. Just when it seemed like they had control, it's all lost. Loud now with the advantage. The spike just now scooped up, and timing is so brutal. Will Pancata know? Nipping at his heels is Okeanos. And he's patient with it. So much discipline as the spike goes down, the kill comes through. Now a 2v2. Still so much time left to play them out. The op not going to connect. Kalantine is there on the swing. He punishes the youngster. Kalantine gets them both. The series goes the way of Loud.
In the battle of 2 teams looking to completely reinvent themselves, stepping into stage 2. It is Loud on top by the thinnest of margins. Robbie BK stepping into this team, coming from across the pond. One of the biggest changes we've ever seen from Loud, switching to an English-speaking roster with him at the helm. And to come away with a win to start it off is beauty.
An English-speaking coach, a new IGL. It's a gorgeous start for Loud.
And all around, this is a day that showed a lot of the promise, I think, of the new signings from both of these 2 rosters, right?
Oh, 1000%.
Sato started off so hot back on Bind. Each map close, 13-10s the first 2, 13-11 to see it off. But again, 1 win isn't going to be enough. These are teams, so much history, so much to reach for.